Hello, beautiful people. Thanks for coming out. Ironically, what I wish my father would have said. I'm mixed race. Anyone else in mixed race in the room tonight? Give me a woo. Oh, 2 of us. Multiculturalism is working. I'm very mixed race, just to explain. So my dad is born in London, raised in Malta. His dad is Indian, South African, and his mum is Chinese, Jamaican. And my mum is anti-vaxxer, and... you know, I've got all the passports, China, Jamaica, MAGA. I suppose that technically makes me LGBT QAnon. Sometimes being that mixed race, though, can be a bit awkward because I've got a very ethnically ambiguous look to me. And it can get me in trouble sometimes. Like, I used to work in a theatre. Surprise, a gay in a theatre, what next? A lesbian in a bookshop? When will it end? But no, I used to work in a theatre, and we were having the opening night of a brand new play, and it was a First Nations play, and I was running a bit late, and we were conducting a smoking ceremony in the theatre before the show began. And I was running a bit late, so I just quietly snuck into the circle that everybody had made around the stage. And I was listening to this local elder talking about how important it is for Indigenous people to tell their own stories, to tell their own truths. And during this entire speech, it's beautiful, she's given me a lot of eye contact. The kind of eye contact that says, I see you, brother. And I'm like, wrong family. No. I was like, oh, and then I looked around the circle I had joined and I stood exactly in between all of my white colleagues and all of the Indigenous cast and crew, and I was like, rookie mistake. So I was like, I know what I'll do. I'll avoid eye contact. And at the very end of this ceremony, I'm just going to run away. I'm just going to run away like I've not just lied about being Aboriginal, because that's a bit taboo. And so I'm looking around, and I quickly glance at the lady to see where she's at. She's standing right in front of me. And I look at her and she looks at me and she's like, who's your mob, brother? And I panicked. And I said, London! Now, I'm not sure how good your history is. But London, Britain, the United Kingdom and her empire don't have the best track record, right? And obviously I knew this in my head and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I'm not Aboriginal at all. Not that I wouldn't want to be Aboriginal, I'm sure it would be lovely to be Aboriginal, but not in like a tokenistic way, not in like it's in at the moment, it's vogue and I want to be a part of it. I'm actually mixed race, thank you very much. And I'm very proud of being mixed race. So what I'm saying is I understand you. Colonialism, but different, very different understand you. I just want to make sure that it's a very different... I'm just going to shut up now. And she's just staring at me the whole time, and she's like, I'ma just cleanse you twice. And I don't think it worked, to be honest. I'll tell you who, before I go, I'll tell you who I feel really bad for at the moment in the world. There's a lot of bad stuff going on in the world, we all know that, but who I really feel sorry for at the moment is Gen Zs. Particularly Gen Zs that want sugar daddies. Because I'm a millennial, right? Give me a woo if you're a millennial. Hello, welcome. Well, because if we wanted a sugar daddy, right? Our sugar daddies were boomers. And boomers had money. Boomers had wealth and assets and things they could buy you. What do millennial have? Depression. ADHD. Social anxiety, doesn't pay for anything, you know? They're just like, I'm trying to pay off my HECS debt, and we're like, yeah, same. Fingers crossed. Millennials are the financial equivalent of Weet-Bix, you know? We're cheap, flaky, and broke. The best we could offer the next generation is like our share house's Netflix password. And a slight immunity to black mold. What are we like? Sorry, I realised that the term sugar daddy is actually quite offensive. A lot of older people can't process sugar anymore. I think we should call them stevia seniors instead. Anyway, you've been a lovely crowd. Thank you so much for having me.